Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using some gold and silver leaf on a picture that I'd already painted that I've been meaning to put some gold and silver leaf on for quite a while, and I'm also going to be showing you how to use it with some jewellery that I'm going to be making. Now, there are just a few things that I follow when using gold and silver leaf, and that is I always have brushes. And I use the brushes most of the time because if you touch it with your fingers, then what you're going to find is it's just going to crinkle up and you're going to end up wasting a lot. So I always keep these three brushes aside just for gold leaf work. And I also use a proper gold leaf glue, which is this one here. And I will put the description of this in the description box of this video and along with the gold and silver leaf that I use as well. And if you follow these rules, or follow what I do, then to be honest, you don't get a lot of wastage and you get a nice, clear, easy covering of it. The other thing I also have is I also have pots that I put all my spare bits in, because if not, it's easy to waste them, and it's not cheap, although it does go a long way. And then you can use all the little bits. So that's for the gold, that's for the silver. You can use all the little bits up later on in different projects. So without too much of ado, let's get on. So this is the picture that I want to put some gold leaf on, and I painted this quite a long time ago, and I did this was a string pull picture, and if you want to see how I did this, then you can see the link above. Tap on that and it will take you to this video. And I had always intended to put some gold leaf on this. So using your gold leaf glue, the gold leaf glue needs to be completely dry, because once it's completely dry it will stick tacky, and I wouldn't recommend that you use any other glue other than gold leaf glue, and it does go a long way. So I don't make too much of a mess, I'm going to be putting my gold leaf my doggy's barking outside. I'm going to put my gold leaf glue on here like so, and then put the lid on. So I'm going to be using this small brush to paint it on. Now, where I would like this gold leaf is, I would like it coming through here and round here like this, with some bits coming off it, just coming off it, almost like a branch. So I will just pop my brush in there and I will paint it on. And don't forget that wherever you put this, that's where your gold leaf will be. So this has now been drying for about 15 minutes, and I need to pick up my gold leaf, and I'm not going to touch it with my hands. I'm only going to use these brushes. Now, as you can see here, it's not really attracted to the brush. So this is a clean brush, and my hair is clean, so I'm just going to rub it into my hair. And can you see now the static is allowing that brush to pick up that gold leaf. So let's do that again. Okay, and I want that to be on here. And as you can see, that is now going down where I want it to go down. And if it is so thin that actually it doesn't matter if it breaks up, because you won't notice that when it's all buffed out and polished. So I don't want that there, or obviously I do want that bit there, because that's where I've got some bits. And now I can just move it around to where I want it. And this is why it's really useful to have some pots to put your bits in as well at the end, because if you've got some pots to put your bits in, you're not wasting the bits, and you can put them into something. And I don't want this to look as if it's just one streak. I want it to have a bit of character in it as well. So this is how you get your character in it as well. And I don't want that fine result. I want this nice and broken up, almost like an antique feel to it. there. And if you lose that static of it, just rub it on your head, on your hair. And as long as your hair is clean, you'll be fine. And now I'm going to pop that leftover silver leaf into the silver pot. And that's easy to do. You just literally go along with your brush and let the static pick it up as if it's a magnet. So that's now on there. I'll move that about a bit so you can see. And I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Let's turn it around a little bit so you can see there. I'll move it backwards and forwards because the lights in here might prevent you. So now it's all on there where I want it. I will just go over it, not real hard, but firmly with a brush to get everything else off there and to make sure it's all attached to the glue where I want it. And then I will resin pour over that. I'll give it probably about another half an hour just to double check that there is no damp patches on that before I pour, and then I'll do a pour over it. There we go. Okay. So how I use it for jewellery is really, really simple. I've got my resin mixed up here, and as you can see, I've tried to mix it up as best I can without having any bubbles in it, because I think that's a good habit to get into. Now, what I would suggest is don't overload your resin with gold leaf, because you want it to be able to show itself off and not be a solid colour. Or I do. If that's what you want, then put lots in. So I'm just going to put some flakes in. Okay, give it a bit of a stir around. See how I like it. And if I like it and I think that's enough, then I will leave it like that. Or if I think it needs more in, I'll just pop a few more in. But you can't take them out once you put them in. Well, you probably could, but it'd be a bit messy. So try and avoid overdoing it, because I like to be able to see some of the clear through it, or if you're using a different colour. Now, I will pop a few more in. There we go. The likelihood of these sinking down to your bottom when you've poured whatever you're going to pour is very, very slim. And let me put the lid on those gold flakes, because if not I will lose them. And then what I will do is I will then pour this into the mould that I want it to be in. So this is the one that I want particularly to be in. Just pour it up to the top, and you can still get rid of the bubbles from this and it will come out nice and clear. So there's that one. And I also want to do one of these ovals. And then what I'm going to be doing is any left I'm going to be popping into these, because I do think these little pendant ones look great with gold leaf in them. I'm going to try and go for this round one here. I will stick a toothpick in there. Oh no, the air bubble's just gone. I saw it come out. So, because it will have air trapped in it. I've got a toothpick here. So let's just get some of that out. Now, you've got to be careful that you don't push all this gold to the bottom. And if you do find that it's going to the bottom, just wait until it thickens up a little bit before filling it up. And I always have these moulds ready in case I've got some little resin left over with any projects that I'm doing, because I love these moulds. They're easy to demold, and if you're not sure how to get them out of the moulds, then check out my video above and I show you how to get that out. And I use them for so many different sorts of things. And the same applies to the silver one. I've got the silver one here that I've mixed up. These have cured now. I'm really pleased of how that's come out. As you can see, the gold leaf looks great. The resin is cured over the top of it really, really well. And I just think it sets off that picture. And I think gold leaf and silver leaf really does add quite a lot to a picture that you couldn't necessarily add with gold paint or with alcohol inks. So I'm really pleased how that's come out. Let's look at the jewellery. The jewellery's cured nicely now. So let's take this out of the moulds. I will have a little bit of trimming to do because I did fill these up right to the top. And the reason I filled them right to the top is because I didn't want any concave areas on this. So I'll just give that a trim. So this is how I trim. I always get my X-Acto knife, my torch. I heat the edge up of the torch until it's quite hot. I then take my X-Acto knife and I run it down the edge of the bit that needs trimming off. And it just comes off so easy. It's like a knife through hot butter. And once it cools down a little bit, then I will just reheat it again. But this way you don't get the concave back off to the piece that you want, and it does come out absolutely beautiful. I love the way that these have come out. And what it does is it stays in the different layers that you want it, and it does look really, really plush. And they're very easy to fit a chain to. I forgot to show you how these came out as well, because I'd already put the little caps on that I use for these. So these came out absolutely beautiful, and they look great on a drop pendant. And as you can see, the gold and the silver is nicely suspended in them. This one's slightly different mold to this one because it has little ridges down it, around it, which refracts it a little bit. But this one is just plain clear, and I really like how that's come out, and that would look great on a pendant. So that's all of them together, and again, really pleased how they came out, and I hope you like them. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video as much as you can to help my channel grow. Bye.